to Reno Radio. I'm your host, Naomi Findlay, and I'm Australia's real renovation expert. This podcast will give you real advice for renovating, selling your property, or styling your home so you can create beautiful, healthy, and wealthy spaces too. Renovating does not have to be hard. In fact, it can be one of the most rewarding things you ever do. So join me and my impressive list of guests each week for plenty of feel-good inspiration and real renovation advice. This is Reno Radio. Okay, guys, we have here with us Mark Kentwell from PRD Nationwide Newcastle and Lake Macquarie. So Mark is a real estate agent, and in his time, he has seen his fair share of properties, I dare say. Do you have a figure, actually?
Of how many I've sold or seen?
Oh, sold.
Oh, it's in the thousands that we've sold, but as far as what we've seen, tens of thousands.
That's a random question. But anyway, so the reason I ask that is tonight I want to talk to Mark about swimming pools. So outside living is quintessential to who we are as Aussies, right?
Big part of the Australian lifestyle.
It's a huge part of the Australian lifestyle. However, not everyone loves a pool, and I'm constantly asked, and people know how I feel about it. People know that I'm not a massive fan of buying a renovator with a pool. I'm not a massive fan of flipping or investing in a house with a pool. I'm sorry, everyone that has a pool, and that is just my personal preference. So given you have seen multiple thousands of houses and sold thousands of houses, I wanted your take on, do swimming pools add value?
Yeah, so what we find with pools is the rule of thirds.
Okay.
I'm going to go into what the three things are.
I wonder which third I am.
I can tell you straight away.
Okay.
I think they can too. So a third of people won't go without one. So if the home doesn't have one, it must be able to have one.
So it's a deal breaker?
It's a deal breaker if you can't put one in the backyard or if it doesn't come with one.
Okay.
Now that's just 1/3 of people.
Not me.
And that will definitely depend on the areas you're into. I'll go into that in a minute. Second thing is they'll happily have one, but they're not paying more for it.
Okay, so they'll suck it up if there's one there.
Yeah.
But they're not going to pay an extra 50.
Yeah, and it can't compromise the overall property dramatically for those people either.
So there can't be no yard left.
Exactly,
okay.
And I've got to talk about that when you think about putting one in. I will in a second. The third will not have one, which was you.
That's me.
Yeah, and
you know what? I'll have one if it comes with a pool boy.
Yeah, there you go.
To clean it and take care of it and stuff in my own home, but I wouldn't buy it in a renovator.
Yeah, so and that's where it comes into. Are you renovating to stay? Are you renovating to sell? Look, I've got clients that build prestige homes near the beach in a suburb called Merriweather, and they buy blocks, and they're small blocks, but they've got a really unique type of architecture where they build a 3-story home. Yep. It's a very beautiful build. It's high-end. It's tailored to a couple of different demographics. One of those demographics is the family with young kids.
Okay.
And they're not at the age where they can just walk to the beach on their own.
Yes.
They like to be able to supervise them playing in the pool. But it's still got to have that patch of grass next to it, even if that patch is small.
So this could start a debate.
Yes.
As Aussies, do we like the patch of grass more than we like the pool?
I think my preference is to have both. And it's got to have enough. I'm not saying I need to have a pool in the property. So if it's going to have a pool, it still needs to have the grass.
Okay. So pool with no grass, no win.
Well, you're just cutting out a target market. And one of those target markets is the family that's got, say, 2-3 kids. They like tackling each other in the backyard, bowling cricket balls, playing netball, whatever it is they do.
And the other quintessential part of our Aussie life, which is pets.
Absolutely. So, you know, dogs being able to do a little bit of their business on that real grass. Now, that can be replaced with the really good artificial grass if it's done tastefully.
Only if it's the good stuff,
though. Because the poor stuff is horrible.
The poor stuff, and the poor stuff does not do well with pet mess.
No. So I'm going to say a bit of real grass and the pool is okay.
Okay.
But then there's areas where the pool just makes no sense. Like if the climate doesn't suit being in the pool more than, say, 1 to 2 months of the year, you're going to have to go with some elaborate pool house to get the enclosure and the heat right.
Yes.
You're going to spend a lot of money on heating.
Yes.
And if the solar's not really getting a lot of sun, then it's not going to work either. So these are things that got to be taken into account.
Different rules for around the country, realistically.
Definitely.
And remembering, I think the biggest thing I took from this is obviously not everyone's like me, anti-pool, but that I think the bottom line is that it doesn't always add value to the property.
I would say it's fair that a lot of pool jobs that have been done are upside down as far as the cost versus the return they're getting.
Okay.
So there's there's options to put in like a $20,000 plunge pool, which still gets the pool. And the surrounds of it are like 5 to 10,000 with a fully compliant fence, and they look good, and you've still got the grass. Or you could spend 120,000.
Easy.
And it's on a custom job. It's
beautiful.
tiled with mosaics, and it's got water fountains that eventually break, and they cost money.
I wonder how Mark feels about water fountains.
Yeah, they break and they leave stains everywhere. And that pool there, like if you're renovating and you want any sort of value at the end of it, it's going to be a long time before you're getting that value back.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, there you go, guys. Pools are amazing. I'm absolutely not dishing pools. I'd have one in my own house at the drop of a hat with my family if I had someone to maintain it for me. Are you offering?
No, I don't have a mustache.
I love it. All right, guys. I hope you got some value out of whether you're going to be putting a pool into your house during your renovation or whether you're going to be buying a reno with a pool from this. So thanks again, Mark. I love having you here.
My pleasure.
Thank you for joining me in the episode today on Reno Radio. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you subscribe so you automatically get new shows every week. And I'd love it if you left us a review. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and other platforms. And I'd love to hear from you. Come join the conversation online. Now, you'll mostly find me on Instagram, but I'm also on Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest. Just go to naomifindlay.com and you will find them all there for you. And you can also learn about our upcoming opportunities to meet me in person and our workshops. Reno Radio is all about empowering people to create their own healthy, wealthy, beautiful spaces. Catch you next time. Hey renovators, if you're ready to take the next step in your renovation journey, then come learn how to renovate with me in my online renovation masterclass. It's completely free for all of you listeners. So if you want to discover how to renovate properties for profit, head over to naomifindlay.com/renovation masterclass, where I'll show you how the 7 steps to my winning rapid renovation formula create a 6-figure income for me and many of my students. So save your spot today. Remember, it's naomifindlay.com/renovation masterclass. See you soon.